Turn off the lights in a room you've walked through 1,000 times, your hallway, your bedroom. Suddenly, something feels different. Your eyes drift toward the dark doorway. The back of your neck prickles. Some quiet part of your brain becomes convinced that something is standing just beyond what you can see. You know there's nothing there. You've checked that hallway countless times, but knowing doesn't stop the feeling. So why does a grown adult, safe inside a locked house, still experience real fear from something as simple as darkness? Nothing changed except the light. So why does your body react as if you're in danger? The answer is much older than civilization itself, and it's still shaping your mind today. Here's the first thing most people get wrong. You're not actually afraid of the dark. Darkness can't hurt you. It's not dangerous on its own. It's simply the absence of light. What scares you is what the darkness might be hiding. For almost all of human history, losing the ability to see meant losing your greatest advantage. The dark allowed real threats to move closer without being noticed. Your fear isn't about darkness itself. It's about uncertainty. And thousands of generations of humans learned that uncertainty at night could be deadly. We rarely think about it today, but our ancestors weren't always the top predators. Imagine an early human hundreds of thousands of years ago. No walls, no electricity, no locked doors, just a small fire surrounded by endless darkness. Meanwhile, predators ruled the night. Big cats, hyenas, wolves, and other hunters evolved to see in extremely low light. Their eyes gathered far more light than ours could, allowing them to spot humans long before humans spotted them. When the sun disappeared, the balance of power completely changed. A human with a spear during daylight could defend themselves. That same human at night became vulnerable. Scientists have even discovered fossil evidence showing that early humans were attacked by large predators. Bite marks on ancient skulls remind us that these weren't imaginary fears. The danger was real, and that reality shaped the human brain. Now imagine two early humans. The first ignores the darkness. They wander away from the fire. They sleep deeply. Every rustle in the bushes is probably nothing. The second reacts differently. As night falls, they stay close to the group. Every strange sound grabs their attention. Their heart beats faster. They remain alert. Which one was more likely to survive? The cautious one. Not because they were stronger, because they were careful. Over thousands of generations, humans who treated darkness as dangerous survived more often than those who didn't. They lived long enough to have children, passing that cautious wiring to future generations. That means your fear isn't weakness, it's inheritance. You exist because your ancestors took nighttime threats seriously enough to survive them. The fearless weren't necessarily brave. Many of them simply didn't make it. What's fascinating is that this ancient survival system is still active. Deep inside your brain is a small structure called the amygdala. It's responsible for detecting threats and triggering fear long before you're consciously aware of danger. Research has shown that darkness increases activity in this fear processing system. The moment visual information disappears, your brain automatically becomes more alert. It doesn't stop to ask whether you're inside a modern apartment or alone in a forest. It only recognizes one thing: I can't see. For millions of years, that situation often meant danger, so your brain responds first and asks questions later. That's why logic often loses the battle. You can know you're completely safe while another much older part of your mind quietly prepares for the worst. So why hasn't this disappeared? Because evolution works incredibly slowly. Humans spent roughly 2 million years living in environments where nighttime genuinely increased the risk of being hunted. Electric lighting has existed for only about 150 years. Secure homes with locks are even more recent on the evolutionary timeline. From your genes' perspective, modern life happened almost yesterday. Biology can't rewrite itself in a few generations. Your brain is still running ancient survival software in a world that changed far faster than evolution ever could. That's why the things that frighten us in darkness are so specific. We imagine movement in the corner of our vision, a shadow standing in a doorway, the feeling that something is watching us, or the strange urge to look behind us. Those aren't random fears. They're exactly the kinds of situations our ancestors needed to detect before an ambush predator attacked. Your mind still carries a survival blueprint built for a world that barely exists anymore. So let's return to that dark hallway. You switch off the lights, your pulse quickens, your eyes scan the darkness. That feeling isn't proof that something is there. It's proof that your brain is doing exactly what millions of years of evolution designed it to do. Every ancestor who survived the night passed down a nervous system that treated darkness with caution. Without that instinct, many of them wouldn't have survived, and neither would you. The monsters hiding in the dark are mostly gone, but the alarm system remains. So the next time you feel an irrational chill in a dark room, don't think of it as childish. Think of it as one of the oldest survival systems ever created, an ancient warning passed from generation to generation, still watching, still protecting you, even when it no longer has to. If you made it this far, your ancestors' paranoia is probably the reason you're here today. Might as well subscribe and honor them.